This episode of You Just Learned Something Today. Did you know when Gaston Glock first designed the Glock pistol, he had little to no investors and he had never made a handgun? A lot of you guys know that. But the engineers that he hired were local for all sorts of different industries. Two of them actually worked at Heckler & Koch before. But one thing some guy was tasked with was designing the magazine. And there's some pretty interesting things about the magazine you might not know. So, if you're ever curious what this little bump is on your magazine, this is actually designed to kick a spent case out. It works okay on the 9mm mags. With the 9mm mags, pretty much designed for you to try to rack it open, and this little lip right here will catch on the rim of the cartridge and help eject it. On the 10mm and some of the other magazines, they went way further. So you can see this little bit of geometry right here, this 18-degree angle or whatever it is. Not a very efficient way to try to orient bullets in the magazine. What that is actually for is to help kick out a stuck case because the ejector and the extractor aren't going to be gripping onto the rim anymore. So you can see this angle that it's trying to work with. It's pretty odd. The reason for that is because your ejector and your extractor isn't holding onto the case anymore. It's got to get out of there somehow. And let's put this spent case in here. They figured out. So let's say you have some kind of situation like this where somehow a stuck case gets stuck underneath the feed ramp. No, you're stuck, right? Like I said, that geometry is designed there so that when you drop the magazine and the bullet case is freed from underneath the feed ramp, that geometry is going to throw the case out of the chamber. So you drop a magazine, and this is highly repeatable. You can do this over and over again. So situations where this could happen, you have low quality ammo and it wasn't crimped or pressed right. Maybe you loaded the magazine or something and didn't realize that a bullet de-seated and whatever. But it's crazy to me that the engineers thought of this. The whole reason for that little bit of geometry is to force the case out this direction. You can see that little flap that I'm telling you about. It's just another reason to like Glock is, you know, the perfect pistol, whatever. I mean, they thought of so many things. So again, you can maybe see that geometry down there. It's at a weird angle. You can see there's no hope of your ejector or your extractor grabbing this round. It's just jammed under the feed ramp. You drop the magazine. See that angle it throws it at. How cool, right? Another reason to love Glock. With the 9mm, it's just this little lip right here, and that's just designed to grab the end of the rim and try to get it to stutter so it doesn't go any further and throw it out. With the 10mm mags and some of the other mags, the geometry is crazy. Anyways, the more you know.